Yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Make sure you like, comment, and share and subscribe. Got myself, Shaq, with Tobias. We're in the building. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The Premier League season is over, but we are not finished. So we're going to go straight into it. Congratulations to Real Madrid. I can see Tobias's face wants to laugh his head off. But, that's how it goes. But congratulations to Real Madrid on winning their 14th Champions League or European Cup. They are Champions League. They are the European Cup. They are Liverpool are mentality monsters, but they are mentality monsters as well. They're a club where no matter what you say about them, no matter what players they got, when it comes to Champions League, the disrespect that the English media and English fans have put on Real Madrid is ridiculous. When you've got four or five guys who've won the Champions League 4 or 5 times, they have to be a team to be reckoned with. And as well, I don't understand the Liverpools and the Man City being favourites over Real Madrid when they've got players who've got 4 or 5 Champions League medals already. But we're going to go into the game. We watched it, Tobias. We both said Real Madrid did a number on Liverpool. How did they do a number on Liverpool?
First off, you're right, yeah?
I'm good.
You seem a bit subdued, bro.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I am good. God.
You sure?
I'm good.
You're over it now, yeah?
I'm over it now. I've dissected it. I can't watch it again. I can't watch the replay. I can't watch
Where's 1906? Where's 1906? Where's
1906 has got other prior appointments.
I'm looking for all of you today still. I'm looking, he's just about here, man. I had to message you, see if it was still happening. You know what I'm saying? Usually I get that text early on.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. I'm here now. We're talking about Real Madrid. Real Madrid did do a number on Liverpool. How did they do the number on Liverpool? Or is it the media and the English media, the disrespect they have given Real Madrid, which is ridiculous?
It's Italian job, isn't it? Italian job, especially that was an Italian special from Ancelotti. Like just perfect. Yeah, he had some help from the goalkeeper, but defensively, for a team that conceded that many goals, they was on point.
Were they on point though, or was it just the goalkeeper having a worldie? I'm asking you.
From set pieces, what did you get your head on?
Yeah, nothing.
You lot are the kings at set piece. I can't remember not even close from a set piece. Was it poor delivery? No, there was some balls put into a decent area, but they were solid. That was you know what? Homage. I was expecting it to be more of a goal fest, personally.
Yes,
and it was 1-0. Could it have been 2?
Well, that goal. Well, we watched it. That goal could have been easily given. And even if it was given, I don't think that one Liverpool supporter in the ground or watching it would have said that's offside. It looked a good goal to me. First half,
it wasn't a shot and a deflection, so I get that. I don't understand how they got to that, but Courtois had a great game. Carvajal rolled back the years. What a performance that was!
Just experience. These guys have won Champions Leagues after Champions Leagues. They experienced.
Clamped Diaz. Clamped him just all over him from the get-go. Never gave him a minute. Never gave him a minute. So, Ancelotti got his spot on. He nullified Robertson with Valverde. Robertson didn't get forward as much. He gambled. He allowed Vinicius to gamble to put more emphasis on Trent. Trent got forward more, but he didn't get forward as much as he wanted to because he was worried about Vinicius. And Vinicius had that ability to just cheat, just stay there. And Ancelotti told him to stay there. And any attack that they done went either through Benzema or straight out to Vinicius, and then them two were playing. It was it shows there's different ways of playing football, and there's different ways you can set up a team to win a football match. It's not as if Real Madrid have played that way all season.
No.
Is that the first time we've seen that from them?
No. But well, I'm just looking at it from a Real Madrid perspective now, and I believe if you're going to get success against Liverpool, they've watched the tapes, and they kind of executed the game plan. They played a low block. They knew Liverpool were going to come at them. Liverpool do play with a high line. I don't think the high line was an issue, but they do play with a high line, low block. They made their fullbacks not go forward. They basically defended their back four stay together. They hit counterattacks with balls over the top. And Liverpool were comfortable, but they could easily be 1-0 down at half-time because of what they've done.
I wouldn't say they was playing long ball, though. I wouldn't say that they was playing long ball.
First half. Second half, they had a bit more control of the game in the sense of passing the ball. But first half, they literally just played a low block.
Yeah, they played a low block, but
Liverpool found it hard.
Like, it's hard. Like, I was watching their midfielders, and I was like, as much as Pep wants to play what he wants to play in that, you need them guys in the midfield. They didn't sweat at one point. Took the ball at every opportunity. That was like elite midfield.
Well, to me, it just felt like experience. I looked at Tony Kroos, Casemiro.
Experience, but their distribution and everything else, it was second to none. You lot had majority of the game. I look at it and I go, although you had chances, can I remember a clear-cut chance? Like, these chances were made. Like Mane's one, he made that chance.
Yeah, made it.
Salah, great touch, made that chance himself. Was there a clear-cut chance where you go, you know what, he should have finished that?
No, not 100%. But it's a Champions League final, so sometimes you might not get that. But they
needed a bit of luck as well because Trent was off his game a bit. But was that Trent being off his game, or was it the way Real Madrid set up that I didn't second guess him?
I just think when I watched the game, I just feel it was moments. I think they did set up the right way. I think they set up a low block. They made their fullbacks not get forward. It's literally the fullbacks stayed tight, and they just knew the way Liverpool played, they take gambles, and he just believed with the firepower they've got, they will get a chance, and they'll take it. And they had one shot on target. Take the disallowed goal, one shot on target, and they took it. They took the chance what they got. To me, it felt like, I'm no disrespecting Real Madrid, but it felt like a world-class performance, a world-class Burnley playing, if you know what I mean.
I know you're saying.
Block. Yeah, no disrespect, but it's just no bitterness and no being salty, but it's just the low block, the counter-attacks, but they've got world-class footballers.
Yeah, but you're talking first half. First half, I get what you're saying. Second half, I don't think it was that way.
But I don't think second half that.
Although they may not have created chances or anything, it was they was trying to play. You knew the pattern that they was trying to hit. Like Benzema's hold-up play, unbelievable. I've been screaming, Pep needs a Benzema. That's his ideal striker. Unbelievable. Like anything he done, he's just touchy. Like, you can't get near him. Just leave him alone. Do you know what I mean? As much as people say, no one wants to play on Van Dijk, Benzema must be horrible to mark because he can do everything.
You can't get tight to him because he just pop it off.
But he can do everything. He can finish. He's good in the air, left foot, right foot, like hold up play, strong. You don't want to play against Benzema.
Well, talking about Benzema and talking about number 9s, this is what I had a theory. I look at, they played the first knockout game, they played PSG. Mbappe's not an out-and-out number 9. It's a goal scorer, but he's not an out-and-out number 9. They have a bag of chances. What happens? They go out. Real Madrid have a world-class elite finisher, a killer up front. They played Chelsea. Lukaku's not there. He was sub. They played Havertz. They played Werner. All these guys who are not ruthless strikers. They had loads of chances. Yes, they scored 3 goals, but they still had loads of chances to kill the game off. They didn't. They played Man City. Same thing. Man City batter them in the first half, had chances in the second half. What do Real Madrid have? A ruthless forward who gets
They
them
played
goals.
PSG.
Yes, as I said, I've said
They
it.
played
I said,
the champions of France.
no, but wait, let me finish. But I've said PSG, I've said Chelsea, Man City, and now Liverpool. Liverpool don't have a ruthless number 9. Salah gets lots of goals, but they don't have a guy who's a one shot, one kill. Real Madrid have it, and I've gone back to this, and I look at other teams where they're talking about the number 9, the striker is going out of business or it's dying. It needs to come back because none of these guys are ruthless. The team who won it had the most ruthless striker in the competition who got 15 goals. And he is the difference from them not winning it and winning it.
Yeah, I agree. Number 9 definitely needs to come back. Like, I don't know why it's missing. If you want goals in football, why are you trying to phase out a number 9?
And number 9 is the most ruthless player on the pitch. They are.
You know what it
it's
is?
in their psyche to score goals.
Everyone's got a job now, and it's certain time you got to think. Well, if I've got 10 men with jobs, or 9 men excluding the goalkeeper, then can't I afford for a Ronaldo type? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or a Van Nistelrooy type. You must be able to afford for that if you've got. Do you know what I mean? There must be a job they can do to distract the 2 centre halves, because it doesn't really matter if you're not working the centre halves as much. You'd rather them have the ball.
But I think Benzema, he's clever in his work rate. He doesn't really press. But he gets into good pockets.
But he's old now, though. He's different.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's got experience, but he gets into good pockets of space and he plays little balls around the corner, little one-touch passes, or spin off, flick the ball into the wide areas for Vinicius Junior or Valverde or Rodrigo. He's very clever. But the difference is that Real Madrid, all the teams they played against, Real Madrid had a killer up front. None of the other teams had a killer. And I look at Liverpool.
Mbappe is meant to be a killer, isn't it?
No, he's not. I watch it. Mbappe is not a killer in front of goal. He's not. He's a great player. I'm talking about one shot, one kill. Haaland is a killer in front of goal.
I know you're saying.
Benzema's a killer in front of goal. I mean, like in the massive moments where you need that, even at half a chance, like Aguero, a killer in front of goal. You need that one chance, bang, goal.
Haven't you got that in Jota type thing?
Jota's not.
Is that not what Salah and Mane there for?
No, like I said, Salah gets loads of goals, but he's not a one shot, one kill. Maybe people might think I'm chatting rubbish.
No,
the way Liverpool play, how Liverpool play, we have loads and loads of chances, but we don't have killers in front of goal. I mean, like a Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen type killer. One shot, one goal. Do you remember? I don't know if you maybe watched this Liverpool game, but when Liverpool played Arsenal in the FA Cup, Arsenal absolutely battered us. Owen had 2 chances in that game. 2 shots, 2 goals. We took away and took the FA Cup. Straight killer in front of goal. Don't need to do much in the game, but you give him a chance, he puts the ball in the back of the net. Like, I believe Salah done nothing wrong in that chance where he's made it himself, touch, blew the guy out, hit it across the goal. But if that's back in the day, a Batistuta, you're screaming goal straight away. If that's a Brazilian Ronaldo, you're screaming goal straight. Even a even a Lewandowski, one shot, one kill, bang.
That's a Filippo Inzaghi, bro.
There you go. Or Vieri, or Ravanelli, or Vialli, one shot, one kill. Them type of strikers, and I just feel. Go on.
But yes, they've got that, but they've got deficiencies elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? In fairness to Real Madrid, the media killed them. I said this in the last one. Could the confidence of everyone else, it may not be your team, it's everyone else breeding that confidence, which then breeds expectation on your team then. Because now your favourites, people looked at you're gonna blow them away, blah blah blah. Then it's no longer, now there's expectation there. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
And it got,
Tobias, do you just think that's the English media disrespecting Real Madrid, which is weird? I don't think nobody else in Europe thought that Liverpool going to wipe the floor with them. I think maybe Liverpool, they might say Liverpool are favourites because of what they have done, or Man City were favourites. But I don't think they were. I don't think Chelsea were favourites against
but
Real
then Real
Madrid.
Madrid won their league. Do you know what I'm
I know,
saying?
I know. But it's just like I said, the English media, they believe every other league shit, and the Premier League is great. But what they need to realise is that if it weren't for Liverpool pushing Man City to the limits, English Premier League will be like Liga with Man City and the
Bundesliga.
others, and the other and all the others are fighting for other spots. But it'll be one team will be in a different world to everybody else.
In in fairness, like you guys played every game you possibly could. You run it to the wire both times. It's a hard season to sort of judge. What do you see it as? Do you see this season as successful for you?
I think it's a success if you look at the whole picture, but you're sad because you didn't win one of the big trophies. But we've got to, as a Liverpool sport, we've got to remember at the start, no one picked us. Some teams would say we wouldn't even make top four because all the injuries. Like all these pundits are talking about how great Liverpool were. None of them really picked Liverpool to win the title. People say Liverpool come third, fourth. You know, the injuries, Van Dijk, could he come back? So for us to be in 4 competitions right to the end and pick up 2, now
But
it's...
That was a bit before you. I know you're saying with everyone did on the podcast, but yourself. I only picked you as third fourth because obviously I'm never going to put you above us. So I refused to, especially at that point. But if you would have asked me at the start of the season, the perfect way, it's like Liverpool not winning a major trophy. You won 2 trophies, so I will say it's a successful season. We haven't won anything for 5 years. So that is definitely a success. But if you'd ask me, like, okay, they win the FA Cup, League Cup, miss out on the League and Champions League, and City only win the Champions League, sort of,
League.
and Solskjaer gets sacked. Yeah, we get Europa League. I think you snipped it that time, and when you said, "Would you rather Liverpool win the league, and you or not win the league and you get Europa League?" I was like, "Not win the league and get Europa League all day, bro." And Ole being gone, bro. Like, hey, I'm ending the season on a bit of a high right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's a failure. I do think it's a success overall. But I think there's a lot of. I think Klopp needs to think about the next step now for this team to be evolving. Like now, we talk about the Real Madrid game. Now, like Mane leaving now, what does he do? I know that's personally, I believe now it looks like that Mane and Klopp knew that he was leaving at the end of the season. That's why they brought in Diaz. I think Diaz was his replacement, but they'll still have to buy a player. Does Liverpool evolve its team where they've got basically 4 wingers and a number 10 because Jota's a winger. They bought him as a winger. Do they evolve the team like how Man City have done in a sense of they know to get to the next step, to go over the line in the Champions League is to buy a Haaland type player for the moments in games where you need to be ruthless. And maybe Liverpool have to go to the next step in a sense of catching Man City in the league and buying a ruthless number 9.
This is where you might feel that you have American owners now, because, like I said, Mane. We heard that Mane's on 120 a week, around that. Firmino's on what 180s. Salah's on 220s. Van Dijk's on similar. You look at it, and you think to yourself, how does Liverpool let Firmino, Salah, and Mane get into the last year of their contract? All 3 of them. That's massive. That's not big club moves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have these players tied down. Like, you don't let the free players discuss it, and then you've killed it because the focus has solely been on Salah. Salah. Mane, he's the lowest paid. Everyone's talking about Salah.
And then let's appreciate
it. Mane's contract should have been up ages ago. He shouldn't even need to ask for that. That's basic. That's performance. Do you know what I mean? That's a thank you.
Yeah. But
do you know what I'm saying?
Go on.
No,
but,
and then
go on.
But then he buys Diaz. Who's the first player that has to move out of position?
Yeah, Mane.
100%. Who's the first player that comes off after ever given opportunity? Yeah. Mane. Like Mane's like, you know what? Cool. Why am I being a sideman and not getting paid for it? I might as well go and be a sideman at Bayern and get paid.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
The owners, he's going to show their worth now, because the pool, you're going to have to spend that money now. Do you know what I'm saying? You're talking about elite strikers. If you talk, we'll talk about Darwin maybe.
Yeah, Nunes. Yeah.
You can come in and offer him two.
Yeah.
That's going to upset the apple cart straight away. Also, everyone else around you can offer him 3. Because he's stupid like that. Do you know what I mean? So this is now, because success now breeds, I've been saying it to you for ages, bro. Success now breeds, like, for one, you're not getting players for peanuts again. For 2, any player that comes is going to want to get paid. You're at that level now.
But I don't think Nunes will go. I don't think no one's paying frees.
Yeah, but I'm not. I was just using it as an example.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't think of a next elite striker. If we want to say, okay, Mbappe, you couldn't match them wages. Hence the reason he went to PS. But no one can match them wages. That's just stupid. So it was a pointless one. But yeah, you're in a difficult position, and the owners are sort of got to live or die by the sword. And if you're going to continue down the mantra of finding gems and developing, then that's what you do. Or you go to what you want and you try and reach that next point. Because unfortunate for you guys, it's hard with Man City, isn't it? Like with Pep and the players that they've got. So you're in a difficult era. But there's something missing, isn't it, if you can't get over the line? 100%. And you've been to a lot of finals, man. Like, you've been to a lot of finals. Like, you say, 3 in how many years?
3 finals.
You know what I'm saying?
3 and 5.
Running close to the league how many times?
Twice.
And it's what effect now is this season going to have on them next season? Because that's a hard summer.
Yeah, missing out on 2 big ones. That's why I believe. Well, that's why I believe that one of them needs to go. It looks like Mane's going to go, and I think this Liverpool team needs a revamp. I think it's been through a lot. I think it's been together a lot. I just feel Mane wants a different perspective on football, different journey, and I just believe that with Liverpool now, if one of them goes, I think you see Salah's contract get tied up, but I see Bobby going as well. And I just think it's time for a revamp now. And like you said about the owners, we'll see if these owners are really about this life. Liverpool, for them to get the next step, they will have to buy the next step players. Like when we came kind of close, we came 4th, I think, one time. And then we bought in Van Dijk and we bought in Alisson. That put us to the jump. Yeah, that as we say, that gave us that next step to jump and win the Champions League, and we pushed Man City to the limit.
You wasn't losing the type of players that potentially can you lose now, because now you're looking at everyone's a year older on top of it. Salah's
that's what I'm saying.
So certain because he's saying I'm there next season. Is that another sort of player as if to say, yeah, I'll stay for a season, but pay me?
And you go, yeah, but
otherwise I'll go on the free.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, everything comes to an end. But I'm saying, like, if I look at, say, like a Nunes, he comes in as a number 9 with the chances we create. He is a killer in front of goal. His job is to score goals. It's not like he's trained to score goals. He's a killer. He's a killer in front of goals. So like a Nunez. I don't think Harry Kane will ever come, but that type of jolt of that level of striker to come in and get Liverpool over the line, and especially even in midfield as well. When I look at Man City and I look at Liverpool, I just think Man City are at 10%, a little bit better in the league. Reason being because they've got 4 midfield players who get 10 goals and more in a season. I look at Liverpool's, there's not even 10 goals between them. And I think that's the difference. Bernardo Silva gets you 10 plus. De Bruyne gets you 10 plus. Gundogan gets you 10 plus. And Roger would get you 6 or 7.
But you sold the one midfielder that got you goals, or you let him go on the free. It was a similar type move, isn't it?
But he turned into really an industrial midfielder. He didn't play like a guy.
Yeah, but I think that's the way you guys get set up. I think City give the way they play, they allow them transitions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now Liverpool need to evolve, because that midfield, yes, it works, but it's not working to get over the line to win a title. They would have to evolve their team in a sense of buying number 8s who are going to get in the box, arrive in the box late and score goals like a Gundogan, or get goals from long range shots like a Kevin De Bruyne, or go on a flurry of goals like Bernardo Silva. And I think that's the difference between them and us. I look at our midfield. I think Fabinho's got 6. Henderson's got a couple. Thiago's got a couple. Keita was supposed to be that guy to give us that 10 to 12 goals a season. The boy can't stay fit. So Ox was looking to be like that. Then he had that bad injury, and he's never really been the same. And I think our midfield...
Carvalho, is that
yes,
what Carvalho
Harvey Elliott. Yeah, Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, but there should be no pressure on them. These guys are teenagers. So these guys should be coming in and doing that job. Liverpool need 23 to 26-year-olds who are ready-made, experience, coming into the team and getting them 8 to 10 goals a season. And I think that's the difference. I do. And now, where they bring in Haaland, that's made them push them even further, because they've got a guy who's a killer in front of goal. So Liverpool, in my opinion, Liverpool need to react if you're going to stay with them. And I think if they don't react with Mane leaving, I think they'll be back to the pack. I really do. They won't. Man City will run away with it, and maybe Liverpool might be with Chelsea a clear second and third. But I believe they would have to. I think this year, Klopp still hasn't spent massive.
Don't forget Tottenham, man. Tottenham will be about, man. With Conte.
Tottenham's problem.
You don't think?
No, I think we'll come on to that. We'll come to that's going to be a later show. But I do believe Tottenham will be a threat. Their problem, they remind me of where Liverpool were in their second season. Against the top 6 sides, the way they set up, they would hardly lose a game. They're going to be tough to beat. Their problem is when they have to go to the mid-table teams and be the dictator and dictate the game and take the game to them. That's where they will draw and lose games. But when they play against the Liverpools, the Man Cities, the Man Uniteds, they can be hard to beat because they've got ruthless guys up front and they've got great counter-attack and they've got an elite football manager.
But we're talking, because I know we'll get onto Man City and all the rest of it, but Mane, 100% you reckon he's gone?
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Why do you say
30 mil as well?
Yeah, well, he's 30 years of age. But he's 30 years of age, 30 mil last year of his contract. I think for both parties, I love Mane. Like I've been saying, it's not like I want him to leave, but I just feel this team's been together for a long time. There's a lot of players have been there together. People like Mane have won everything in football, in club football. Sometimes you need a new challenge, and the eye of the tiger just goes. So they need to bring in fresh blood who are hungry. They need a couple of men to put these guys under pressure. The Hendersons now need to be squad players. They need to bring a number 8 who's going to get goals, who used to be a young Henderson, but with a bit more quality and score goals. They need to me, Liverpool need 2 number 8s and a striker and maybe cover for Trent at right back. They get that. That's 4 players. I think if they don't get Trent at right back and they use Gomez, I understand that. But you need to use Gomez more. You can't just be playing Trent. And then when he has an off game, people highlight that so much. because he's so good, but he plays loads of games for a guy who's 23 years of age.
Because he's such a creative force for your team, you noticed when he's had a game. Because
100%.
I don't think defensively he had a bad game. I know the people talk about the goal. He should have opened out for the goal.
Yeah,
I get it, but he made a lapse. I don't think that is. I think if you look through the game, he just got punished for his lapse.
No. I don't think it's. I love Trent. Trent, to me, Trent's a generational talent. I've been saying this, but if you look at Man City, Cancelo is like their Trent, right? He's creative, who will get goals and he will get assists, but they have three guys in the middle who are creative and get goals. I look at Liverpool's. Yes, they have Trent from the right side of right back. Thiago's the only one who is creative in a sense of breaking lines. I look at the other two. Fabinho's a holding midfield player. I look at Henderson. They're not a creative midfield player who's going to unlock a pass or who's going to make a third man run and get a goal. And that's the difference. That's what I believe. That is the difference. All their midfield players will get them 6 to 10 goals or even more. De Bruyne got 15 this year, and Liverpool's midfield, none of them get goals, and that's the difference.
If you need 2 number 8s, then that means because for Thiago never gets goals. He's never really got goals for his career. He's not a goal scoring midfielder.
Yeah,
Fabinho's not. So if they're 2 starters and you're saying 2 number 8s, where do those 2 number 8s play?
So one of them plays, so they need to buy a number 8.
Haven't you? So that's one done.
No, he's a 10 really, and he might play out wide. But I'm saying that
you don't play with a 10 now.
Yeah, but well, that's what I'm saying. So the team needs to evolve because we're not winning titles. What's happening now? We're just being the bridesmaid, where everybody says, "Oh, this great Liverpool team is so great and rare to tear," which it is. But when it goes down in history, when we're all old and grey, and we have grandkids, they're going to be like, "Well, this Liverpool team always came second."
But that Liverpool team, when it comes to that generation, won't get mentioned.
Well, there you go. If it doesn't win, if it doesn't keep winning,
like 7 years is one of everything, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Within the 7 years,
I do think it will get mentioned, but it won't get mentioned like the guys in the 70s and 80s, in the late 80s.
Because Man City have won the most of them, the majority.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if it keeps on going like that, but Klopp and Pep are still here. So if it keeps going on like that, we will just be the bridesmaid. And everybody will talk about how great this Liverpool team were. But if you look at the amount of trophies...
Only us. Only our generation would. Or maybe at best, your daughters.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But they will talk about it, but it won't get mentioned in the same breath as the others. So it needs to evolve. That means, well, you need to, as a manager, and I'm not going to criticize Klopp because as long as he's at the club, I'm happy. I don't care about anybody, any other player. If they all got sold and Klopp's here, I believe in what Klopp's doing. But if we need to evolve and get over the line, maybe we need to play the number 10. Reason why I said we need to buy 2 number 8s because that number 8 can rotate with Thiago because Thiago doesn't play every single minute of the game. You know he's going to get injuries. He will play roughly 25 games a season. That's what
you've given up on Keita and Ox. They can go now.
Yeah, they're done. They're done now. They're done because we're not winning. We're not winning the big prizes, and that's what. And the FA Cup is great, and the Carabao Cup is great because trophies are trophies, and that's what the great sides do. The Man United and the Chelseas and the Arsenals and the Liverpools. If you're not winning the big trophies, because there's only 2 big trophies you can win is the League and Champions League, you sweep up the domestic cups. Mm-hmm. So even if you think, okay, we've not had the best, we haven't won the League or Champions League, but we took an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, that breeds that we're winning trophies still, and that breeds mentality of winning. So that's what I'm saying. So I just feel 2 number 8s, a number 9, definitely. I think we need a killer striker. We need to go back to having a killer number 9 up front. And I think Pep's realised that now. The number 9 needs to come back because I don't know how this false 9 is got into the game. Yes, it's great. But you're relying on wingers who are not specialists in scoring goals to score loads of goals. Because you've seen Ronaldo score 40 and 50 goals. He's different. This guy's a one-off. He's one of the all-time great players ever. So the number 9 needs to come back, and I think that's what Liverpool need, and like a Nunes, whoever, because they've got good scouting network. It doesn't have to be.
What I'm trying to say. Every time we spoke about number 9, we both said Nunes, because you take out the obvious Lewandowski, Benzema. Where are you going?
Yeah, but Tobias, that's a scouting network. There's maybe a player out there. There's maybe a striker out there playing in one of these leagues or something like that. It doesn't have to be a superstar name. But it needs to be a guy who's got a record of knows how to put the ball in the net consistently. And I think that's the difference with Man City. They've gone out and bought Haaland, and they've got midfield players who can get goals. And I think Liverpool need to do the same. If they want to keep coming second, you can keep Keita, Ox, all these guys. We'll win FA Cups and Carabao Cups, which is great. But
you're basically asking for a minor rebuild.
Yeah, you're damn right. I'm asking for a minor rebuild. Look how long this team's been together. If Mane, Salah, and Bobby Firmino stay, this will be their 6 years together. 6. That's a lot of years. If you look at average teams, it's between 2 to 3 years, even 4 max. This will be 6 years they've been together.
Yeah, but
playing the same way.
But this is when you're looking at so you're saying Ox, Keita. Then you're looking at Mane potentially. You got Milner potentially. Origi's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need a rebuild.
Hendo's another year older. You're looking at that. That's 6. Thiago's another year older. Get with injuries.
Like I said, 2 number 8s.
Bro,
2 number 8s. Henderson does the Milner role. You get 2 number 8s in. Henderson does the Milner role. Thiago is still your creative midfielder from a number 6 position, breaking lines, but you could rotate him with another person. We need a striker. We need a wide player. We're about time that this team needs a rebuild. It needs a rebuild. Not a major surgery, just 3 or 4 man to freshen the team up.
So 3 or 4 man, you're still keeping a couple of men then?
No, I'm getting rid of Ox. I'm getting rid of Naby Keita. Keita's had enough chances now. I'll get rid of Ox. I'll get rid of Naby Keita. Mane's leaving. Origi's leaving. So you replace a wide player, or you've got Diaz for Mane. You buy a number 9. You buy 2 number 8s. And then the squad's stronger because you're buying 2 number 8s who are believing they're going to come into the team. Ox and Naby Keita are never going to be regular starters. You bring in 2 number 8s who believe they should be starting with Thiago, with Henderson, with Fabinho.
So what number 8s are we talking?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's not my job. That's not my job. That job is of the scouting network. We've got our recruitment's been outstanding, so they must be looking at guys.
He's gone now as well, isn't he? Edwards.
Yeah, but the new guy's the one who masterminded Diaz, so he's just taken over. So stuff like that is not going to read.
But Edwards was the one that found the previous bunch, isn't it? Is it because that's happened to Arsenal, that's happened to us. When that person goes, the relationship with the manager also is important. So that transition's got to be smooth. And if you're saying you need that semi-rebuild, and like you signed like that Cavalier, I swear you signed someone else. But you've got people within the squad that can go, like what's his name? Maminio. Like you've got semi-ruined him, to be fair.
No, we haven't. Did you mean semi? What are you on about? Semi-ruined him. These guys are good squad players. I'm not looking at squad players. I'm looking at guys who are supposed to come in the team. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You've got Curtis Jones as well. I forgot about Curtis.
Yeah, these guys are at the moment are squad players until they break into the team. So you can't rely on them guys because they're still young players. I'm talking about we need 2 players who number 8s or number 6 with Fabinho, who's going to come in the team and improve our midfield and get goals from midfield. That's our problem. I look at everywhere else. I think we're as good as anybody in Europe, but I think our midfield, needs a bit of work. And I think that's the area, and a killer striker up front, a lethal number 9.
It's amazing what one game does, though.
But it's not one game. So you're talking about
but
one
I'm
game.
saying,
But I knew this already.
If you win the Champions League, you're saying the same.
100%. 100%. Because, we win the Champions League, but the league, why are we not winning the league? We have to look at that. Yes, we won it by a canter one time, but we've been close a couple of times. We've lost the league twice against Man City, losing less games than Man City, and we still don't win the league. So we have to look at it, because you've got to be basically perfect to win the league against Man City. So you've got to look at where are the areas where we can improve. And I think in midfield we could improve, and up front we've played 3 finals this year and didn't score a goal. 1-2, but we didn't score a goal. Didn't score a goal in one final. We had chances, but we weren't ruthless enough, because our wide players are, if they're on form, they're hot and they'll score loads of goals. That's including Jota. But when they are cold, they struggle to find the net. And I think with a lethal killer striker, even if they're hot and cold, certain chances they're putting the ball in the back of the net.
So Jota stays.
Yeah, 100%.
But will Jota want to be that side man?
No, he won't be that side man. He is to get in the team, and when he does, he scores goals and contribute to the team. Jota wasn't bought. When Liverpool bought Jota, no one thought he was going to start anyway. People were shocked that Liverpool bought Jota. So what Jota needs to do, when he goes on runs and scores goals, he needs to stay fit. What happens when I watch Jota? He goes on mad runs and then gets injured and then comes back and he's really cold. He reminds me of when he plays up front. He reminds me of Jermaine Defoe. When I watch him, scores goals in bunches. We'll get 9 in 9. Then won't score for 8 games. Then we'll go on 10 and 10. If you know what I mean. He scores in bunches, and I think that needs to change. We need because he's not a ruthless striker. He has the potential to be a ruthless striker, but we need one. We need one. That's my opinion, anyway.
You know what? I didn't realize. I'm looking at it now, thinking, wow, when you put it in perspective, and moves has got to happen.
100%. Well, I think Tobias, it's not just Liverpool. Chelsea need to buy properly. Man United need to buy properly. Arsenal and Tottenham need to buy properly. Or we might as well pack up the league already and hope that maybe Man United can win the Europa League, Liverpool can win the Champions League, because the league's done. If none of them get their recruitment right, Liverpool won't, listen, I'm telling you from now, Liverpool won't challenge Man City if they don't get their recruitment right and they don't buy players. We're
2-3 seasons at least.
There you go. But what you need to do is this transfer window, all your players need to be right and they need to improve the team. So if you bring in 3 players, them 3 players need to improve the team straight away. Like how when Klopp started, when you bring in Matip and Mane to start off the rebuild. You've got to bring in players that make a massive difference in your team, where you can see it from straight away, like, these guys are going to make us better. Because really, a minimum requirement for Ten Hag is still Champions League, a top 4 finish.
But that's ever more harder when you look at Klopp, Pep, Conte, Tuchel.
Yeah. But it's Man United.
Yeah, it is. But we've got American owners. This is what I'm trying to say.
But you spent loads of money. But you get. That's what I'm saying. You get
it's
back.
Not about the money. It's about the management of it. Do you know what I'm saying? They still hired the people that recommended these players or overruled managers to go for these players. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't about the right player. It wasn't. They spent money to make money. They spent money on merchandise, like people that can sell shirts. If you can't sell shirts, man, you ain't buying you. So, yes, they spent money, but they spent money with the purpose of getting shit back. The fucking fox in my garden. I need to let this dog out the garden, my guy. Looking at me, through the window. This joke, man. Yeah. got no respect, these foxes, you know.
Yeah, they look at you straight now. Even
I'm telling you.
no, bruv, all animals, bruv, even pigeons. You know,
No.
back in the day, bruv, you could walk up as they fly. They look at you like, you think that works there? You better do something. You better pick up a baseball bat and lick me or something, because if you stamp your foot, they just look at you. It's like, these are the new age pigeons, boy. They laugh at you like,
It's
look
like,
at this waste, man.
don't go to no pond if you ain't got treats. But
Yeah,
trust me,
straight.
these ducks will run you down. What you think? You just need to look. Like you better be getting something out of that pocket from me. Nah, you're not moving mad. The swans are nah, they're moving mad.
Oh
It's true.
shit.
But yeah, but this is the Glazers have spent money, but they spent money on merchandise animals that can, like the Di Marias, even the swine side, because them type, like look at, we spent 90 million on Van der Beek, Diallo, and Pelestri.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that like I said, is that
That's mental. These guys
you
are
have to get your recruitment right. You have, if you're bringing 3 or 4 players, everyone needs to be right. So when you do play a Man City or Man City at the moment, if you just play a Man City, that you give them a good game. You might lose, but don't get battered after 2 minutes. You might as well turn it off. That's what I'm saying.
It's not even about it. You know what? Yeah, it's everyone else has got to come to the table, man. You said
straight.
it. You said like they've got the top managers. Conte will cause Pep problems.
Yeah, 100%. He calls everyone problems.
Yeah. Like this is what I mean. So, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for anyone. I know you're saying about City, but I look at City and I've always looked at City, and I'm not amazed by them. They're a team. They're a function. They're like a machine. They function exactly how Pep wants them to. But someone like a Grealish, which is shown, can mess with that equilibrium type thing. Do you know what I mean?
But he's a sub. He's a sub, though.
Yeah, but he's not even a personality that I don't think Pep would want in the team.
I think he's got that wrong. We'll see. You know what? Saying that, I know Pep's style.
I like Grealish. I don't mind his personality either. It's banter to me, but that's just if you look at Pep and how serious he's about football, and even the team look like teachers' pets, like they're all squares, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but they win though. That's what I'm saying. So,
no.
Like I said, with Grealish, I'm not going to write him off yet, because I think if you look at it, feels like Pep's madness and Pep's style of football. I think it takes you a year to get used to it. So if you look at all the players he's kind of bought after the second season, you realize why they've bought him and why they've literally functioned properly, because it takes them a year. It does take him a year.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to write him off yet, but it feels like, does he have the aura, the personality to play?
I'm not even writing him off. It's just the personality that I wouldn't expect in that team. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe he thinks he can change him.
I think that dressing room must have the worst banner in the world. Man City dressing room. You must be joking then. De Bruyne.
Yeah. Bro, it wins though, bro. Fuck bad.
Yeah, no, it wins.
It wins.
It's a machine. It's robotic. It's like, and I think putting players like that can cause some sort of issues. Do you know what I mean? And it sort of upsets the balance, because he's got a reason to play. But their team's getting older. They're gonna, like, I hear Gundogan's leaving. So they've got to get their recruitment right. Zinchenko could be leaving. Yeah, not most important player. How old's Kyle Walker now?
Yeah, but they'll have the money to bring players in.
Yeah, they will have
I
the
still
money,
think they're massive.
The
yeah, but they're still massive frames. They get the recruitment right. So it feels like what you're saying, it just feels like in hope that these things are going to happen.
In hope, because if you look at we said we always, because we focus on how great City are. Last game of the season, they got caused problems by Villa,
and they won
from Christmas. No, they won, but it wasn't like convincing. They wasn't wiping the floor with everyone. It seems to be they start the season better. That's what happened. They didn't even this season, because they lost 2 within the first month, didn't they? Within the first 4 games, I think they lost 2.
No, they lost 1. You're gone.
But they lost 2 like in quick contest. I swear they lost 2.
So they lost to, well, they didn't lose quick succession, but they lost to Tottenham first, and then a couple, I think November, they lost to Southampton. They lost to Southampton and Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So come on, like, problem is, like you said it, you've lost lost many games, but you've drew quite a few. You drew what, 8?
Yeah, it's too many. That means midfield players ain't getting goals.
So we can wax Liverpool, but since January, everyone thought they was walking away with it. They didn't. They didn't get to the final of the Champions League. City are beatable.
100%. They are beatable. It's not like I'm not talking about.
I'm not totally convinced with it all. They're a great team. They've put up their numbers. They've done. But I think the teams are more in awe of them. If you know what I mean. Ole used to cause.
But that's other teams. But if they're in awe of them, they must be doing something right because they keep on winning. It feels like if Liverpool have an off season where they kind of get injuries and go to the pack like they did last time and they came third, who's challenging City? City win the league by 20 points, 15 points. That's what I'm saying. It's literally Liverpool, the only team that can stay with them and have proved that they can stay with them. Personally, I think if Chelsea buy right, maybe not next year, the year after, I don't think Chelsea are that far off. I don't think they're that far off between the points total suggests they are. But in my opinion, I don't think they're far off Liverpool and Man City. But it'd be interesting anyway.
I don't think Chelsea are far off at all.
No. But let's talk about Chelsea. Last bit. Chelsea's takeover is complete. It'd be quite interesting what they do with Chelsea. The owner does with Chelsea because the owner is American, a bit like Liverpool. And I believe...
Don't trust these American owners, my guy.
Yeah, there you go. And I believe that they might do that Moneyball situation where it's quite funny now that Chelsea are going to get used to literally just being cautious with their money and being more conservative with their money. Because before, with Abramovich was a guy that just wanted to win. It's his club. So he didn't care it wasn't about profit. It was all about winning trophies. And now they're back to reality with all the other clubs where they have to tighten their purse strings as well when they're actually buying a player as well, if you know what I mean.
Bro, look at all the teams that have got American owners in the league. Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea now. You lot. The Americans, this is a business.
Yeah, straight. It's a business model.
I'm buying this club solely to make money. Yeah. The time I've stopped making money out of this team, like who was your last guys? Hicks and Gillette, whatever they were.
They killed the club. Yeah, they killed the club.
They're not getting off. As soon as there's no money in it for them, they're off, bro. But it's Chelsea. Welcome back to being a normal team and a team that's worried about profits, and worried about their outlay and their wage bill and their wage structure type thing. And this is where you see where Chelsea have had Chelsea. But the thing with Chelsea, they've always had the setup for an owner like that because their youth teams are one of the best out there. Their youth teams have been the best out there for how many years?
In Europe.
These youth players never get given a chance. Yeah, you've had the Mason Mounts come through recently, the Tomoris, and the Linchenkos, all them players that are playing at other clubs now, they're more inclined to get given a chance at Chelsea now.
Yeah.
So if anyone's set up for it, it's Chelsea because they've invested, or Roman invested so much in youth, which fair play to him because he never used any of them. But
Roman, that was a business for him. He invested in youth because he knew he can, even if they don't make the first team, he can still make 15, 20 million pounds. It's great. It's quality. It's a great business model.
Englishman at that. Cheers.
Yeah, English model. Even better because you know he's 20 mil if he's an English player.
Look, if you look at Tammy, Tomori, all of these guys, they went for decent money.
Yeah, big money. Even guys who weren't really established, like the guy at Southampton and Gay is at Crystal Palace. These guys went for nearly £20 million. Haven't played any Premier League experience.
It won't happen, but would you be happy? You sold Mane and you bring in Tammy Abraham?
No. He's not ruthless. He's not shown he's ruthless. He's had one good season. And he hasn't done it in the Champions League.
Shades of Lukaku out there.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if he's changed or
so would you be happy with Lukaku?
No. No, Nunes. If I'm going to go a striker, I've said it to you before, even off air. I've said when I've watched Nunes twice against Liverpool, he suits Liverpool, especially with the way we play, putting balls in the box. And he's a good finisher. He's a world-class finisher. And he's 22. He's not world-class finisher, but he's a top finisher who has the potential to be a world-class player. And he's 22 years of age with Klopp of history of making players better. I look at him and I think he scores 30 plus for us.
But
and
why isn't Klopp going all out for Lewandowski?
But I don't think he's a Liverpool model. I think Klopp will love Lewandowski, but Liverpool don't buy guys who are 30 plus for a couple of years. We've never done that under these owners. They would rather buy a Nunes and has a resale value.
But this is what I'm trying to say, though. Like, does Lewandowski give you what you need?
He does.
So whether or not it's for a year,
but Eunice could give us what we need.
Look what we done with Van Persie.
I hear you, but I'm looking by the owner's point. They don't do that. So if they told me, but you'll keep on going round. But Nunes could do the job, and he's 8 years younger.
But he's not nowhere near Lewandowski's level, though. He'll get there. But currently, if you're looking at now, if you want to get over that line, is Nunes the man that will take you over that line, or is Nunes the man that will take you there in 3 years' time?
No, I believe he can take us over the line straight away. I really do. Because Haaland, we're going by what he's done in the Bundesliga, but the Bundesliga is not that great.
Yeah, but I'm not screaming Haaland.
But that's what I'm saying. But Haaland could be the guy. Yeah, but Haaland could be the guy that gets them over the line in the Champions League. Because the chances they create, what we've seen with his finishing, he puts them in the back of the net. And what I've seen with Nunes' finishing, where he's got 30-something goals in the Portuguese league and he's got 7 goals in the Champions League for playing for Benfica. You put him in an elite football club or elite team like Liverpool, he scores the goals that maybe takes them over the line where they've drawn 8, where they've lost the league. They might draw 5 or 6, and that will get them over the line to win the league because of his goals, of last-minute goals or goals to break the deadlock, what we don't draw.
But who's the more 100% option? Who's guaranteed to give you what you want?
I don't know because
we've got to say that Nunes is a risk.
But every signing is a risk. No one thought Lukaku would be.
I did.
Well, you was the only one, but you said no. You said, "Are we sure we're not seeing the same Lukaku?" But we still thought Lukaku would get enough goals.
I thought Lukaku would score goals because he's always scored goals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you put him in a function of Man City don't score no goals, or you guys you don't score goals because you won't play him because it doesn't suit the system. But I believe Lewandowski, it's like Benzema. Would you take Benzema?
100%.
But so if you would take Benzema, it's similar age to Lewandowski.
But I'll take Lewandowski as well. But I'm looking
why are you worrying about the owners?
Because that's what they do. So what you're saying is like it's right, and I agree with you, but that's not reality. So I would love Lewandowski. I would love Benzema, but it's not reality. Nunes is a reality. He's a Liverpool type signing who is a top young player, has the potential to grow and be even better, and has a resale value as well. So that's what I'm saying.
You're going to end up being like United then. Because you're worrying about things that we shouldn't be worrying about. I know you're saying about in realism that's what the owners are going to do. But this is where the fans accepting that because Klopp will tell you to accept it.
No, it's not telling Klopp to accept it. But what are we supposed to do? I would love Lewandowski. If you tell me that's a straight swap, Lewandowski for Mane all day, every day. What Liverpool supporter? But in reality, we know that's not going to happen. So I'm just going by what the owners do. So if
you're going from what the owners do, but I'm saying that why is it what the owners do? This is the problem. Do you know what I mean? If you've you say here that you want someone to take you over that line, you need an elite number 9. You have an elite number 9, and I'll use it again like Van Persie. Van Persie was what, 29 when we took him? Yeah, not as old, but he won us a league.
Yeah, 100%.
Gave him big wages, done what we've done.
Yep, you won the league, and if they said we're going to get Lewandowski and you give him the wages and he scores 35 goals and we win the league or the Champions League, I'm all for it. I would love
But I
Lewandowski.
swear you said you'd rather Nunes over Lewandowski.
Because of the age. But if you're telling me you're going to give me Lewandowski, of course, Lewandowski's one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the world.
But then you're worrying about age. It's like, well, why not worry about the right now? Do you know what I mean? We're getting older. I ain't got time to be waiting for Man U to get better.
Bruv, we're saying like this is Football Manager. I'm just going by what we have shown. We don't do that. We don't, and which we should. And if it's about winning, we should do that. And what you're saying, I agree with you. But in reality, it's not going to happen. So
you're always the bridesmaid then?
No, because I believe if you get Nunes, we could be the actual bride.
I don't think that Nunes and what he's done thus far in because when he was in Spain for Almeria, he wasn't pulling up trees.
Yeah, but he's 22. That could happen.
Yeah, he's 22. But
that could happen.
But how old is Haaland?
Yeah, Haaland's 21, but it's still some people develop in different times. You could say the same the same thing. Yeah, but you could say the same thing like Salah. Salah won't pulling no trees up in Chelsea. He went to Roma. He was good, but he wasn't like, oh my, out of this world good. He comes to Liverpool and turns in one of the best wide players in the world. Same thing could happen with Nunes. Nunes had that little spell.
Salah at the time? Salah was a lot older.
Yeah, but it's
Salah at least experienced England beforehand.
Yeah, but he's done it in the Champions League. And I believe if you put him in Liverpool's team, he scores goals.
I think
he's
Nunes,
a goal scorer.
I don't mind Nunes, but I don't think I wouldn't say that if I'm you, I'm putting I'd say if I need someone to put me over the line, that I'm going for Nunes. I'm sorry. Like this is the problem. This is what I'm trying to say about the American owners. That's Newcastle or PSG thought that a player, no matter his age, could get him over the line. They're buying that player.
Yeah, because they have the money to do that.
Yeah, but you have the money to do it.
Yeah, but
they have the money to do it.
Yeah, but they have stupid
Arsenal
money.
have the money to do it. They have stupid money, but they don't want to spend it because there's they're not getting nothing back.
Yeah, but they don't have stupid money like PSG, where their country's behind them.
Yeah, but that's stupid, if you know what I mean. But they have billions. They're like, come on, bro. These ain't got small bread.
I hear you, and I understand it. And if that was in an ideal world for what we do, if we done that, then listen, I agree. But I'm just going by reality. But it is what it is. That's my opinion anyway. That's where we agree to disagree. I believe Nunes will get us over the line or push us to. Well, I reckon get us over the line because
I don't think Nunes is better than Mane. So you lose Mane, bring in Nunes.
No, because I think Diaz is Mane's replacement anyway. And then you put Diaz up front.
Diaz better than Mane?
No, listen. Mane at the free in their peak, Salah's the best goal scorer. But if you're going by all-round play, in my opinion, Mane's always been the best out of the three. I've said there's certain players you can't replace. It's like, mate, look at Chelsea. Chelsea have still tried to find another Drogba and Diego Costa. Diego Costa is maybe the closest thing to Drogba, what they've had. They haven't found that guy because the attributes they have, it's hard to find. With Drogba had that physicality and aggressiveness, and so did Diego Costa with goals as well. With Drogba had the goals. But they're trying to find that type of number 9 because that's what Chelsea have always had. They can't replace it. So that's what I'm saying. Liverpool have to evolve because Mane's unique. What I've said to you before, I said Sadio Mane is a Didier Drogba out wide. His physicality, you cannot replace that. There's no one in Liverpool's team that you can pump the ball up and he could hold it up, twist and turn and nick a foul and get you up the pitch. That's what Drogba used to do for Chelsea. So Liverpool have to evolve and change their game because no matter, even if Mane left and he got old, and Liverpool have to change their game. They have to evolve. He's a unique footballer. And we're going to realise that when he leaves.
What I'm saying, yeah, you let go of Mane, bring in Lewandowski. You take that all day. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Diaz on the left.
You don't get rid of, because if you're that close, taking out Mane and replacing him with someone that's not better than him doesn't make you closer.
But he's not better than him, but he's different. He's different to what we've got. He's different. But Diaz has the potential to get to not Mane's level in a sense because they've really got different skill sets, but we've got a guy who has the potential to be
I think Diaz is a great player and he's at the right age. Yeah. But I'm not just solely talking about Diaz. I'm solely talking about your next transfer.
Yeah. So if we got rid of Mane and bring in Nunez, it's not like Mane's a better player because Mane's shown over the 5 or 6 years he's been world class. But Diaz could do a job on that left-hand side. But what Nunez might have over Mane is the ruthless finishing. Like when I see Mane and Salah go through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, I'm hoping that they score. If I see one-on-one with the goalkeeper and it's Haaland or Lewandowski or Benzema, you're screaming goal. When they go through, it's like
just because Mane's in them positions, or Salah, or they find themselves in them positions, it doesn't mean that that the next player is going to be in them positions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying
they're different type of players.
Yeah, but the chances a ruthless striker might get, which could be a Nunez or a Lewandowski, they score, and that is the difference in finals. Like we were going back to Salah's chance. Salah's chance weren't a half chance. It wasn't a half chance where you think I should have scored. It's a great save by Courtois. But Tobias, if Benzema's running down one-on-one with the goalkeeper, like not even one-on-one, but with an angle, what are you screaming?
Yeah, it's a goal, but for one, it was on. You know what I've seen? I read an article because he's like, it was like Liverpool fans, and you just are going mad because selfish Salah, and I'm thinking, what are they doing? What are they? So stupidly, I read it, and they said they was going mad that he didn't, instead of shooting, he didn't pass the ball to Sadio Mane.
Mane wasn't there. He had a player there.
And this is what, and I read.
I think that's trolls, man. That must be trolls, bruv.
That was a proper newspaper, mate.
I don't know.
And I was like, this is weird. And I thought, boy.
But it is what it is. But yeah, Chelsea takeover is complete. It'll be interesting what they do. So guys, make sure you like, comment, and share our channel. And you will hopefully see us this week or next week. You will see us posting stuff on social media to see when we are on our channel. So make sure you, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Tobias, you got anything more to say?
Deuces. It's the theme of the show.
The troll, Man, we're doing something right because they're trolling.
I haven't even joined you today at all. I'm trying to help you, and you wanna let your team regress. Cool, man. Let it regress.
It's not, man. It is what it is.
You let go of Mane and stuff.
Players need to cut. Players come and go, man. Like
they do, man. They do.
Yeah, and your club still goes. You should know. Look how many great strikers you've had over the years.
I know.
We've had Luis Suarez, who to me is the best Liverpool player I've ever seen play in a red shirt. We've carried on, and our team has been better when Luis Suarez has gone. So it is what it is.
But usually, when these players like the Coutinhos and the Suarezes have gone, it's allowed you to use that money elsewhere. The Mane money isn't, even in the wages, you ain't saving much, are you?
Yeah, but we've got to a Champions League final. We've made like £80 million. We've won cups. Like the money's there. So Klopp now just needs to ask the chairman, I need £150 million to spend with players who I've sold. We haven't spent that. We haven't spent that type of money.
Who was going, man? Deuces, man.
We'll see. All right. We are Real Talk Football TV, and we are out.